Hey everyone, in this video we'll check out how you can track your high valued failed charges from Stripe on Geckoboard dashboards using Zapier. So I'm logged into my Geckoboard account, my Zapier account, my test Stripe account, and these are some of the test cards that Stripe provides. We'll be using some of them later on. So let's first get started by making a new Zap. The trigger app will be Stripe and new charge. The action app will be Geckoboard. We'll be using a text widget here because we want to track which charge has failed along with some details about the charge. Continue. Let's connect our Stripe account. We'll need the API key from Stripe. I'm using the test environment, so this is the test secret key. Similarly, we'll need the API key from Geckoboard to connect with Zapier. Different services might have different ways of connecting with Zapier. In each case, Zapier will provide you the steps needed. So let's paste the API key, continue. Yep, both the accounts are connected successfully. Now regarding the filters, so Zapier allows you to pull in different fields from Stripe based on which you can filter, and it also gives you sample data from previous charge so that you can understand what the fields actually mean. Now we're looking to track failed charges of high values, so we'll need the status as something that contains failed and the amount to be a number greater than, let's say, 350. Okay, continue. Now this is the actual text that we'll be posting to the widget, but before we configure that, let's just set up the widget as well. So let's go to Geckoboard, add widget. We'll need a custom widget, text. Make sure you use the push method. That's what we support with Zapier. Let's call this failed charges. Let's make the widget size 2 by 2, and this is the widget key that we need. Let's copy that. Make sure you add the widget, otherwise the key isn't valid as yet and you may have some errors while you're testing out your Zap. And I'm going to keep this, since this is important information that we want to act upon, I'm going to keep this as an alert. You can try out the other displays and see which one works best for you. Now coming to the actual text, let's track the customer name and insert a field from Stripe. Yeah, this one. Our text widget allows for some HTML, so I'm going to use the line break. Customer email, amount, and finally the failure reason. The failure message is the Stripe field. Okay, so that looks good. Let's continue. So Zapier will allow you to test out these zaps. So the out of the last 3 charges, 2 of them aren't available because of the filter we're using. So let's try with this one. I get a success. Let's check the widget, and sure enough, so it gives me the failure reason and the amount. in the test environment, Stripe doesn't allow me to link a failing card with a customer account, so that's why I don't get the name and the email. But when you're using it on your live environment, you'll have these fields populated as well. So now let's continue and call this failed charges to Geckoboard and switch the Zap on. Let's try running it. So there are no new items, new charges for the Zap to push. So let's go ahead and create one. Let's go to the customer account and create a payment of, let's say, 500 USD, or I think we just used 500, so let's make that 600 USD. Company plan, and charge the customer. Right, now let's try running the Zap. So it has a new charge, but if we check the widget, it isn't updated as yet because it's a charge that was successful and so was filtered out and by the conditions that we had. So let's now try making a charge that fails and is of high value. Let's have the amount as 750 and let's pick up a card from here. This one, that'll give us a processing error. Let's say company plan. So it errors on Stripe, and let's run. Yep, 750, and processing error is the failure message. So we can see that the Zap is working nicely now. One more thing that I wanted to mention is if we edit the Zap, so it mentions that Zapier will check for new charges every 15 minutes and push it on to the widget. I'm on the free plan. On most of Zapier's paid plans, you can have 5 minutes of refresh rate. So that's something you can check out if you're interested. Right. So with that, we've come to the end of this demo. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please get in touch. We'll be happy to help. Cheers.